Welcome to Success Print Shop, where we print thousands of shirts each week out of 3 shipping containers. That's right, this is a screen print shop that's made up of 3 shipping containers. My name is Jonathan. I own Success Print Shop out here in West Texas. Join me right now as I give you a full tour of our entire operation, how we go from greens to t-shirts to shipping them right out the door every single day and stay as one of the highest rated shops in our area. So as we walk in right now, we have a 40-foot shipping container that started as a straight up metal box. Like, there was nothing here, just a metal box. Me and my dad, we went to town on this container. We framed it up, we put insulation, we don't have drywall, it's actually like hardwood OSB board. So in this container alone is where I manually printed for many years. This container houses the M&R Fusion conveyor dryer. It houses a couple shipping computers, or a couple computers that we use for shipping, and our MEM heat presses. We have a couple of MEM heat presses. These dual shuttle heat presses are amazing for high color count. Let me show you all. Let me give you an example. High color count, low quantity jobs. You wouldn't want to do 200, 2,000 shirts on this machine. Maybe 200 is okay, but not 2,000. We have another one right here. And then we have our smaller dual shuttle MEM heat press that does tags just like this for private labeling. So in this container, we have a couple shipping computers. This whole setup right here, I'm actually really proud of. It's like a tiny mini computer or mini PC. Costs like under $200. And I have more to say about this whole setup, but it's right here where we see our production schedule using monday.com. Okay, now follow me to the heart of the whole operation. Here behind me sits the M&R SPORTSMAN 8-color 10-station EX machine. This machine's a freaking beast. Right now the guys are probably printing about 400 to 500 an hour. It's a 1-color left chest, so it's actually probably going pretty fast. Right behind them, they have a couple thousand garments that they're getting through right now. Before I had this machine, I was manually printing late into the night, pulling all-nighters. It was like no social life, couldn't do nothing. I got a big order, I was happy, but on the flip side, I was dreading printing it. On the manual press, I was probably printing around 120 an hour, depending on the design, of course. It was, depending on the design, it could be anywhere from like 80 to 120, 140 an hour, but I was like murdering my body. This machine, you load the shirt, you offload the shirt, and that's it. Over here behind me, you can see is our ink wall. I love the idea of having 100 to 120 stock colors that we offer to the customer, and this is all we offer. But as we took on more contract work, it just wasn't gonna work out like that. We needed to match Pantones on every job, so we ended up mixing. So now we just have a huge, beautiful ink wall. I love it. Over here, we have our pallet retaping system from Action Engineering. So when we're ready to get our pallets changed, these are hoodie pallets right now. We'll bring them over here. We'll take off all the tape and then we'll kind of retape like that. We got our knife right here. We have our tape right here. and then we'll retape the whole thing. We'll have brand new pallets. And this is something that the shop assistant will do when there's downtime. Once a job is finished printing, the guys will take off the screens and they'll put them in this rack. All their ink in this rack right here. And when there's some downtime, they'll put all the ink back in the ink buckets, and these screens will go to this rack over here where they'll need to be reclaimed eventually. So these are all used screens that our reclaim guy will get to eventually. This top rack right here we use for if like a job, if we ganged up a design and we need to use these screens in the future, the reclaim guy knows not to grab these screens. He can only grab these screens. One thing I want to point out is that we have a 5-ton HVAC unit that pushes cold air onto the guys' workspaces and out into the shipping container. So even on the worst days, it might get into the 80s, but that's for a print shop, y'all know that's actually not terrible. And I added this ducking myself, so like it's pushing like straight up cold air all the way down into the container. Okay, welcome to the North Wing shipping container. This is our newest addition. It's the 3rd shipping container. So you can see all the boxes here. These are all boxes right here that need to be counted in. Before this container, we had all these boxes sitting in that container where the entrance was. Also where all the boxes were getting, like all the shirts were getting shipped. So it was like a total like clogged up nightmare. And then we'd have like all these boxes in there, and then UPS would show up with more boxes, and yes, they would take a couple, but man, it was just a total like clogged up nightmare in there. When we got this guy, it was like a total game changer. It felt so amazing. I was like, we can fill this up forever. We got like unlimited space, and I kind of still feel that way. Obviously, it's getting filled up like crazy. So come over here. So right here, we have some jobs that have been counted in already. You can see they're notated that they're counted in by these stickers. So this is also another thing. All these used to be over there by the actual press area on shelving that was like also totally running out of space. So now we have these, because some of these jobs maybe don't need to go out until like next week or a week or two. So why do they need to be in our way over there? So having this container has been amazing. And typically we'll sort all this side to be our contract work customers, and all this stuff to be Success Print Shop, our customers. And we can notate that by seeing the PO number or the sales reference number on the sticker. Okay, now we're gonna go to my favorite part of the shop, which is the screen room. So you can see we have another shipping container right here. This is kind of just like a breezeway area. It's kind of a little porch area that me and my dad put together. It's just totally like covered up with tarps and stuff. We don't really keep much here. Sometimes it acts as a graveyard for busted up screens. Okay, so here is our washout booth area. Here's where my guy's gonna reclaim screens, make them brand new again. We have a vacuum that we can vacuum off the water of the screen to make them dry quicker. And also out here on this 20 acres of private property that the shop sits on, we're on well water. So sometimes the well will go down, it can freeze up on us. So after getting screwed over so many times, we finally have some backup water and a demand pump that lets us have a backup source of water in case of those situations. We can't do too much with it. We can reclaim a handful of screens or rinse out a handful of screens to get us by, but we definitely got to deal with the situation when the water goes down. Okay, so once the screens have been reclaimed, they come to this rack right here, where we have brand new screens, where now they'll need to get coated. So follow me into the actual screen room. So again, like I said, this is my favorite part of the shop. The reason why is because it's loaded up with high-tech equipment. It's climate controlled, so it always feels good in here. And honestly, if I'm ever at the shop, typically I work from home. 90% of the time. But when I am at the shop, I'm usually on screen duty, so I spend most of my time in here. So let me give you a quick rundown of what I got in the screen room. So first of all, we have the M&R Starlight. You know it, you love it. This thing has never given us any problems whatsoever. I remember a time when I was exposing screens on a homemade unit that was taking me literally 10 to 13 minutes a screen. With this guy, we typically do about 10 seconds a screen. That might even be high for some of y'all, I don't know. We do about 10 to 12 seconds a screen with the M&R Starlight. We love this thing. Random, but we have a little fridge in here. This is just for the employees, so if they want to bring their lunch or keep their water cool. Okay, next we have our automatic coating machine from Saudi. This thing is probably, I don't even know how much they are, probably now probably $15,000, $20,000. I paid zero cash for it. Stay tuned and subscribe. I'm gonna make a video on how that happened. Zero cash. All right, next we have the M&R iMage S. I'm not sure what the S stands for, but it's just a single head. It probably stands for single, I don't know. It's just a one head machine. This machine I have a total love-hate relationship with. My wife will tell you, my dad will tell you, my employees will tell you, I don't have another piece of equipment that's given me, let's just say it needs so much TLC. It's a digital piece of equipment. They probably all need some TLC. But if you don't keep up with the preventative maintenance on this guy, you're gonna pay for it. So after having it for 4 or 5 years, I think I finally have got it wrapped around my head that I need to stay on top of preventative maintenance with this machine. I'd be curious to hear what CTS machine y'all have in your shop or LTS, and if it requires a ton of preventative maintenance, leave a comment, or if it's just my iMage. Something I'm really proud of that I have all throughout the shop are QR codes that take you to a video showing you an SOP or some troubleshooting tips and tricks depending on the piece of equipment. For the freaking iMage, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4 alone, because things just come up with it. To give you an example, this one's a basic one. So it's actually me explaining it just as if I was here for the employees. This is freaking sweet because when I'm away from the shop on vacation, they can scan these QR codes and I don't have to be here. It's not totally foolproof, but it's super nice to have, and it works out all the time, these QR codes with the SOPs on them. Once screens have been rinsed out, they'll come over here, and all these screens, they'll dry here, and they will be ready to be taped up before printing. Okay guys, that's it for the shop tour. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this behind the scenes look of the print shop, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna be dropping much more videos about the print shop. I'm gonna be sharing the journey, the real life journey of running this print shop, the wins, the struggles, the losses, the ups, the downs. It's a total roller coaster. Every week there's something interesting going on. It's kind of a lot to manage mentally, but I'm gonna try to document and share that journey here on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.